What is up? I'm your glorious host, Martin, and I have watched over 200 anime. I'm here to review them. What is up? It's your glorious host, Martin, back with another one. Today, I am doing a review on Dead Mount Dead Play anime. Off rip, although I love this one, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So, if you have never seen Dead Mount Dead Play, it's a reverse isekai. So there starts this character known as the Corpse God, and he is in the middle of battling the hero of this world. And it's a world full of magic and dragons and blase blase. But he creates this magical spell that lets him reincarnate himself. But the thing is, he reincarnates into the modern world, our world, so to speak. And what's crazy is when he reincarnates into a dead body. And the dead body was just assassinated by somebody. So his name, the Corpse God, obviously as the Corpse God, he is a necromancer. So the show is full of comedy, it's full of slight action, not too much on the action, not gonna lie. But it's mostly comedy driven. And if you like shows like The Office, I think this will be up your alley. Now, back to the Corpse God, he technically possesses somebody else's body, and that correlates into something deeper. It correlates into something deeper later on. But he was previously assassinated, and the person who assassinated him the first time tried to spin back on him. But of course that didn't work out because he's the Corpse God. But in this world, magic doesn't truly exist. It's in the world, but it's not as abundant as his other world. So he has to rely on things like spirits that haven't passed on yet, or just people who've been grieving in the afterlife, stuff like that. So that's how he uses magic, and that makes it really limited. But it also makes it to where he has to be very strategic with his magic. Now, the next person, which I don't remember anybody's name in this show, and I've watched it twice now. But the girl who assassinated him, she is a professional assassin. She looked like she's like 8, maybe between 16 and 18 in the show. But she's a well-known professional assassin. And the thing about this show I love the most, aside from the magic, is the concept of assassination is very big in the underworld. Like, they're assassins without magic, but they're definitely superhuman in this show. Her in particular, she mostly assassinates mostly gangsters and stuff. So that's her MO. But amongst her, there are people in every form of assassination. There are people really creative with assassination in this show. Her in particular, she's not creative, but she has mad skill. And they end up becoming really good friends afterwards, because he actually, after he kills her, he brings her back to life as a zombie. And then later on turns her into a vampire. Yeah, if that ain't hook you in, you gotta go watch. You gotta go watch it. So the next person is, I ain't gonna lie, I remember this name. This here's Clarissa. Clarissa, she the baddie. She's what they call an intermediary. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that word, but basically, I think what were they in Shinjuku maybe? But wherever city she's at, the city she's in, that's her place of employment, and anything that goes on assassination wise, you gotta run it through her. And if you don't and you get caught up, then you 6 feet under. And that's pretty much in all the different places in Japan. Everywhere has a different mediary. So, you got rules, regulations, and then, if you really got to get down and grimy, you got to go through them. But Carissa, she has her underground, thing she does. They never really talk about what she's in besides assassination, I think. But what she actually inherited her position from her grandfather. Yeah, from her grandfather. So like she comes from a line of assassination. And that's the another beautiful thing about this. Everybody most people who do this assassination, it's a lineage of assassination. So like for instance, there's a particular family and I can't remember their name, but they are really deep into the assassination, like with generations. It's even like a Minato thing. Avoid on sight if you see them. Run. Because they each have different specialties in assassination, which, like, once again, are superhuman. You would think these people have powers, but they regular people. Like one girl, she has threads, and she picked up a dude that was like 9 feet tall, and she looked like she might. And speaking of the 9 foot tall dude, the first half of the show, Buddy had some kind of like dress joint on, restricting his movements, but he still was the alpha in every battle he was in. But when he started fighting the vampire girl, bro had to cut himself up out of there. He had to get his mobility up. But before that, bro was slashing people in half with like the weirdest machete I've ever seen. Now, his big sis though. Big sis is the ultimate shinobi. Shawty fast. I saw her break a chain with her bare hand. I don't know how that's possible. They never said like, and I really wish they would dive deeper if they ever get a season 2, which I don't think they are. It feel like one of those one-off animes. But if they ever got a season 2, I would love to know more about like what took to get they skills that they have. Because although most of them seem young, it seems like it took years to develop these different skills and tactics that they have. Like the most basic, I think, assassin in this show is probably this pair of brother and sister who they're snipers. That's like the most simplest form of assassination I've seen. Like I seen a dude with some gloves that emit electricity that will set the whole room ablaze. You feel me? Then I seen another form which is they're called the it's like a collective of people. What they did, they use hypnosis, and for over 100 years they've been hypnotizing multiple people to carry on they will like ghosts. And they use like these surgical lasers to burn like everything. And they use an umbrella, so like you will never know it's them because the laser coming from the umbrella. Real sneaky. Like I'm telling you, the assassination in this show is crazy. Forget the magic. The magic take a back seat in here to the assassination. And then you have what is his name? Because I was just watching it today. But this guy here, he is the son of the greatest wizard from the other world that the corpse god is from. Like the kingdom that he served under, the top ranked magician, this is his child. And I don't know if like they just used his cells and developed him, but he was supposed to be the body for that wizard to reincarnate into, but apparently he couldn't use magic from birth or for a long time. Like it wasn't until he met the corpse god till he could actually use true magic. Before then, he could only use like enhancement magic for his skin and just speed and stuff. But other than that, like bro is crazy strong. Like at the end, he starts to develop magic because he's seen true magic. So it's like a reflex in his body that starts to develop his magic like to the same level as Buddy from the other world. Like Corpse God actually got a little shook for a second. And he has 2 companions with him. One girl who has the spirit of a twin-headed tiger, and this other girl she's not possessed, but she has a spirit with her that protects her. So like if anybody like, and she can exit to do things, but it's got an autopilot feature to it. So like if somebody just tries to attack her, it can use telekinesis to move things and eliminate them without discretion, whoever it is. Now, the corpse guy said that he's recognized that particular spirit from his other world, and it was powerful enough to level the entire city if like she was pushed too far, or like she was in that much danger, like her life was in danger, it would level the entire city. And then who else do we have? Oh, this dude right here, probably the funniest character in the show. His name is Silent Solitaire. Silent Solitaire is a normal guy, but his whole life he has wanted to experience true magic. Like, bro is the greatest magician of all time. He made a building disappear by putting pictures of the sky and other buildings on it in one full night. Like, he kidnapped the prime minister for funsies and then turned himself in. And when he heard some exciting stuff was going on outside the world, bro broke himself out of jail just like that. Now, his whole journey in the show was trying to find true magic, and because there was a sign from the other world that he found out about, and he was trying to track it down. And the whole time, the bro was winging everything. Like, he found out about other assassins. Excuse me. He found out about the corrupt cops, and even the guy from the other world, well, who's born here, but his dad's from the other world. He was trying to uncover his organization, but like I said, bro was winging it the whole time. He was acting like he knew what he was doing, just so people could like mistakenly tell what he's been looking for. And he actually could have found out what he was looking for without like going through a bunch of things. Cause like, bro, I'm telling you, if nothing else, y'all watch it for Silent Solitaire. Bro was funny. Like, the stuff he did, all the commotion he was in. But he could have paid, like, I think dude offered him like 20-30 trillion dollars for the information he was looking for. But he was like, nah, that's too expensive for my blood. I'll just go out there and look for it. It'd be funner. So then there was, Lemmings. I might need to actually look at the manga, but this dude Lemmings, as far as I know, he's human. He's from the natural world. But bruh has like, he stood in front of bullets, knives. He's quick on his feet. He has immense strength. And it seemed like even when he was seeing the corpse guy use magic, bro wasn't phased. It was like he's seen it before. And I think that even came up a few times. They was like, how is this dude not shocked even a little bit by what's going on? And I was too. Like, I really got to look up who or what he really is. So and it shouldn't have been the last part, but the person that the corpse god is possessing, his name is Polka. Polka belonged to I don't know if they're actually in the field of assassination, but they do have assassins. Of course, they might be in it. But now they mostly run like a technology conglomerate. And his father's actually really old. His father, like, he in his 70s. And Polka's like 16. So he got uncles. I mean, he got nephews that's like 25, 30. He got niece and nephews that's a lit younger than him. It's crazy. But Polka was assassinated because Polka was actually next in line to inherit his father's empire. But his nephew, like 28 or something like that, he in his mid-20s. His brother wants to actually own the company, so he tried to have Polka assassinated. Crazy, right? But it didn't work out, obviously, because the corpse god. And Polka did die, but the corpse god put his spirit into a stuffed shark. Which that is a funny scene, a funny thing on his own. Like, because they don't let him talk throughout the whole show. He just like does gestures with the toy, like he moves, he even shakes his tail like a dog. It's funny. And he actually even told his dad that because they end up, letting his dad know, hey, this is what's going on. But he told his dad he basically wanted to be put into a robot because their company is developing they develop prosthetics, like advanced prosthetics, but they're moving to the point of a full cybernetic body for people for replacements. So the show it's hilarious. It's really hilarious. But I give it a 7 out of 10 just because it's a lot of dry comedy. Don't get me wrong. I like it, but it's a lot of dry comedy. And I feel like The Other World would have been more, for me, it would have been more interesting than that. And they did allude a lot to The Other World, don't get me wrong. But it's just, I feel like some of it, even though it's 25 episodes, I feel like it was heavily rushed. No one's character was really like drawn out. Like I said, a lot of the other assassins, like they would have like one big scene maybe. Lemons had a lot of scenes, but like they would have one big scene, and like we didn't really dive into the other clan. Well, I'm gonna say they clans, but we didn't really get to dive into a lot of that. So I feel like that left a lot to be desired. And the ending was so lackluster because it was a big magic battle, but it didn't end spectacular as I would have thought. Even the last few seconds, I feel like we didn't get any closure with it. So, and that's why another reason why I feel like it's gonna be one of those anime that don't get a second season. I really would love for it to. I would love for it to have 3 seasons. I would love for season 2 to be a continuation of what's been going on, and then I would like for season 3 to actually be based in The Other World, or some variation of them going back and forth to The Other World, something like that. I think that'll be cool. But if y'all if y'all like what y'all see, or y'all want me to review another anime, please comment down below, or go to my Instagram and comment on my stories. I post it daily, so I can get some recommendations, because once again, I have watched over 200 anime, and this one was kind of hard, so I just went with what I watched today. But hey, we out here.